Hello everyone, and let's speak about the markets. Let's now we'll wrap up this Sunday because this week was massive. If you watched the last video there, you could see that I was bullish, all right, and the market is ripping off. Today we just hit all-time highs, and yeah, let's go for a quick wrap up here. I'll give you my predictions for this week that will come. So let's go to the charts. And yeah, okay, so firstly here, Bitcoin, all right? Bitcoin broke out from this trend line here, okay, this one, which I in my perception, okay, this was this was a great bottom over here, okay. You can see the volume starts picking up here. We have peaks, very good peaks of volume. Remember, if we don't have volume in the market, there is no way that we're going to have a breakout like this. Impulsive move depends a lot in volume. What is volume? It is how much money is coming in, how many people are buying with size. So that brings volume, brings the quantity of money to buy an asset. Volume is very important, okay? And from here, we started having this one impulsive move, all right, from the 70s, okay? Beautiful. We reach here the areas of 111 again, which was another all-time high. And the most important thing, we started making these lows here, which is a very strong support in this trend line. And then we have a pattern, okay, which is a triangle. If you see there, here we have a triangle, okay, and this pattern can break up or down. Of course, everything can go up or down, but the meaning here is, as soon as you break or up or down, you have an impulsive move. What impulsive move is this? This is an impulsive move where an asset move 10% or more in matter of days, okay? And here we had a great impulsive move, and it was very healthy because the market was recovering from the 70s. And if you have look how interesting this is, and if I'm using a Fibonacci here in this last range here, not in the range that we are right now, but in the last one from the 70s. And here was the top, all right, and look how the Fibonacci works very well. We had this level here, which was one all-time high, another all-time high, and then today's all-time high, all right? And in the end, for me, the market coming at those levels here was very good because it was a great reset in my conception, okay? We were a bit I would say overcooked on the RSI, okay? I don't know if you can see here. Maybe I'll change the color for next time. But we were all a bit overcooked on the RSI, which is not very good for. We were at these levels here. Now we are coming to those levels. We can have a little bit of not retracement, but I think a sideways consolidation. It's healthy, it's good, but yeah, there is no reason for panic at this stage. And the other thing that I was about to show you here, it's Ethereum, okay? Look how beautiful. This is one of the beautiful charts. Look at those, I even marked, look at those liquidity grabs here. Here are the panic, all right? Every time you need to look for panic if you want to position yourself, okay? Every time we got those liquidity grabs here the market was coming down and then came down. For example, was trading at 2,800, and now and at that stage there start trading at 2,100, and then here is where people freak. All right, here's where everybody start, oh my goodness, Ethereum is gonna go to zero. And This is where you find opportunities. Okay, that's why when everybody's bearish, I'm tired of saying, when you get the retracement in a bull market, all right, panic in a bull market, it is a buy opportunity, all right, and that's what we saw here. That's what we've seen here as well, and that's what we've seen in this moment. A pattern very, very similar to what we saw on Bitcoin, okay, and also a pattern that very similar that happened with gold. Gold was playing this pattern here. Each one of them, in it, there is a peculiarity. There is the assets are unique in its own space, but it's looking very good. This is a huge breakout. Look, the volume here increasing, okay, which is nice. Those two here are weekends, okay. If you understand that weekends the volume is off, but it's everything to this week for me. It's a week where everything must be the way it is doing now. We're going to have a very good week in my conception. Just if we get a geopolitical situation, something that happens and perhaps can affect the markets. Otherwise, in my conception, this is where we are. This is where we are at. And two spotlights now. One is our dear Hyperliquid, all right? That is ripping off, literally, all right, in an ascending channel. Usually, those ascending channels, they are not very good, but here you can see, again, panic, all right? Panic zone here. I was looking for this area here in case we had a little bit more of panic and let's say a little bit more of terror in the market, but we couldn't reach there. We reached 39. Yeah, that's cool, but it's an ascending channel. Yeah, it's an asset. Here we have something which is narrative, all right, which is something that is happening. Hype was at $9 in April when the market dipped, behaved very well. It's one of the stars of this year. And also we have ASTER, okay, that nobody knows what's going to do. And talking about ASTER, where are you, ASTER? I had the chart here somewhere. Yeah, let's go, baby. Yeah, so here is the daily chart of ASTER. Let's put on the 4 hours here so we can check what's going to happen for real. Yeah, you can see that those retracements here, okay, were the first retracements that happened with ASTER, okay. But now it's kind of this asset is going to consolidate, all right, and that's the moment where now that we are going to know if this asset will stay in the market or it's just a hype to beat Hyperliquid, all right. This is my conception in this term. I think that there is a big question mark in ASTER for now yet, and in terms of when Binance does something, all right, we have two ways that we see. Binance is a business, okay. They don't do things to lose money. They want to make money. They want to generate revenue as every business, and they will support their assets, which is not wrong. Okay, don't get me wrong. I don't condemn. Some people stay mad because Binance make some kind of manipulation in the market, but they are just dealing with their business, and nobody can do nothing about it. My other conception is I've seen Binance manipulations in terms of liquidations, and they sell a bunch of Ethereum on Wintermute, liquidate people, but you get leverage if you wish, okay. You're not forced, you can buy spot. So you use leverage if you don't have capital, and yeah, that's nothing wrong with it. And that's the risk of liquidation. This is intrinsic in your trade when you use those leverages. My point here is Binance supports BNB a lot, and I think they will support their own asset. Now, it's a big question mark how they're going to do it, okay? If they're really going to make a Hyperliquid, because if this asset follows what Hyperliquid is done, that's going to be amazing, okay? That's going to be amazing. But now it's a big time for consolidation. I think here is much more of a fundamental play than a trader play than technical analysis. I think technical analysis here is good, but just for the very short term, because here what is playing is much more about fundamentals. Yeah, and this is my review. Okay, 10 minutes, very sharp, and I hope you enjoy. And that's that's what I think it's gonna happen this week after this whole events that we got, and also shut down in the American government. And we always have surprises, okay? So just keep in mind that when you are trading, when you are doing your investments, think always a way where you can handle what you're doing, because some people they don't know how to handle investments. They start thinking about short term, and they miss the big picture, right? The big picture is crypto is the new, it's going to shift economy, okay? Bitcoin is doing that. The financial system is broken, and crypto is here to fix it, okay? This is the big picture. How that's going to be fixed, this is another conversation, but you should understand that there is a big picture. Inflation is high, everything is high, food is expensive, the economy doesn't look good, and that's why when we look for crypto, when you look for Bitcoin, when we look for this side of the financial system that can create a new financial system, and that's the limited supply of Bitcoin, all right? That's what makes it very special and nice. And yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap up now, and have a good one. And if you please hit the like and share this video, please. That's very nice from you. Thank you very much. I see you next Sunday with one more market update.